In the lively city of Lagos, where street food is loved by everyone, there was a woman named Mama Titi. She was famous for selling the best beans in the whole town. Her small wooden shop, painted bright blue, was always filled with people. From morning till night, customers line up waiting for a plate of her delicious ewagoyin, soft mashed beans covered in rich spicy palm oil sauce. She cooks 3 pots of beans every day, morning, afternoon and night. No one understood why Mama Titi's beans tasted better than all the beans prepared by other vendors. They tried to copy her recipe, but they never succeeded. Some believe it was her cooking skills, while others suspected something strange. What is so special about her cooking? Before she came to this neighborhood, everyone appreciates our cooking skills. Mama Kayode used to supply food to about 3 companies. She sells her food and trains her children with ease. But all of that changed the moment Mama Titi moved to this place. I am fully convinced that something is wrong somewhere. My sister, I don't even know what to say. But one thing is sure, nothing lasts forever. No matter how much you try to protect evil deeds from the public, one day it will surely be exposed. The food sellers gossip among themselves as they sit in their shops waiting for customers. One man, known as Baba Kola, who sold beans just across the street, had been in the business for 10 years before Mama Titi arrived. But in just a few months, he had lost most of his customers to her. This is not ordinary, he often said to himself, watching customers rush to her shop as if drawn by an invisible force. Mama Titi, a short chubby woman with a warm smile, always laughed whenever people praised her food. It is just the grace of God, she would say, waving her hands in the air. But what people didn't know was that Mama Titi had a dark secret. Every night, after closing her shop, Mama Titi performed a secret ritual. She would light a red candle, sprinkle a mysterious powder on the ground, and chanting strange words while stirring a black clay pot filled with thick dark liquid. She got the charm from a powerful herbalist who promised her that as long as she followed his instructions, her shop would never lack customers. The spell made people crave her beans and kept coming back, unable to resist. For many months, things kept going perfectly for Mama Titi. More and more people visited her shop every day. As she became rich, she expanded her shop and employed people who helped her serve her customers. No one suspected anything until one day when a little girl named Titi came with her father, who was one of Mama Titi's regular customers. The little girl Titi was a bright 8-year-old girl. She loved asking questions and never ignored anything strange. That afternoon, her father, Mr. Chidi, took her along to buy food from Mama Titi. As they waited in line, Titi watched the people ahead of them closely. She noticed something strange. Each person who bought the beans looked shocked for a few seconds after receiving their plates, as if they were under a spell. Then, they would eat quickly and leave, as if something was pulling them away. When it was their turn, Mama Titi smiled at Mr. Chidi and handed him a steaming plate of beans. But as she did, Titi saw something shocking, a faint reddish mist floating around the food for a brief moment before disappearing. Titi's eyes widened. She grabbed her father's shirt. "Daddy, did you see that?" she whispered. "See what, my dear?" Mr. Chidi asked, picking up his spoon. "The food, it has a strange mist around it." Mr. Chidi frowned. "Mist? What are you talking about?" Before he could take a bite, Titi grabbed his hands. "Wait, Daddy, let's test something." She took a small piece of bread from her pocket and held it over the plate of beans. Surprisingly, the mist reappeared for a second time before vanishing again. Her eyes opened wide. Her father had not seen the mist, but he knew Titi was not a child who lied, and she had a special gift from birth. He was still thinking when an elderly woman sitting nearby overheard their conversation. She had always suspected something was strange about Mama Titi's food. "What did you say, little girl?" she asked. Chichi turned to her. "The food has something strange around it. It looks like a mist." The woman, frightened by Chichi's words, immediately began to pray. "Holy Ghost fire, if this food is not ordinary, let it be exposed now." She kept praying seriously as Mr. Chidi also joined her. Suddenly, a strong wind blew through the shop, scattering plates and cups. The pot of beans on the stove shook violently, and then a loud bang. It exploded, spilling the beans everywhere. The crowd screamed and ran back in shock. And in the middle of the mess, something terrifying was revealed. Inside the broken pot was not just beans and sauce, but tiny black charms wrapped in red clothes. A deep silence fell over the crowd. Mama Titi, trembling and sweating, tried to speak, but no words came out. People began to murmur in anger. "I knew it," Baba Kola shouted. "This woman has been using charms to steal our customers. She bewitched us," another person cried. Mama Kayode, pointing a shaking finger at her. "God has exposed you today. You must confess." Realizing that she has been caught, Mama Titi fell to her knees and burst into tears. "Forgive me. I was desperate. I only wanted to succeed. When I started this business, I struggled. I would cook one pot of beans from morning till night without selling half of it. The pain and frustration was too much for me. I couldn't bear it anymore. I had to cry out to a friend of mine whose business was doing very well, and she introduced me to the powerful herbalist who gave me the charm that changed my story. Please forgive me. I am sorry." She pleaded for mercy, but the damage has already been done. That night, Mama Titi's shop was shut down. The town elders ordered her to leave the neighborhood and never return. She left shamefully and no one ever saw her again. Everyone thanked Mr. Chidi and the woman that exposed Mama Titi, especially Chichi, who became their little hero. From that day on, people in that area were more careful about where they ate. Baba Kola and the rest were happy because everything returned to the way it used to be. Their businesses were going smoothly without much challenges. The story of Mama Titi is not just about a bean seller. It is a deeper reflection of society. It warns about the dangers of greed, the power of honesty, and the reality of supernatural beliefs. Alright guys, this brings us to the end of the story of Mama Titi, the beans seller. Please drop your comments and tell us what you learned from this story. What is the moral lesson of the story? Drop your comments, let's hear from you. And don't forget to like and share this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe and also turn on the bell so that you'll be notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. See you guys in my next video. Bye for now.